price rallied in direction of this big supply cluster. We will struggle over the next coming days. Huge sell clusters. You have only 24 hours to prepare for the next major move in Bitcoin, and this move might actually shock you. I'm going to show you exactly what I have found here in the charts, so let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Saturday. We jump directly into the Bitcoin CME chart because we're forming here potentially a CME gap. Currently, it's a really small one, only a $400 CME gap. I believe is going to happen here, might widen that up in one of either directions, which I'm going to show you here in a moment. When we're going here now to the Bitcoin chart, the spot Bitcoin chart here on the daily, then you can clearly see that Bitcoin is still struggling to break above the $68,500 level. We are currently creating here a red candle and a rejection. And I believe that we will struggle over the next coming days to break this level here and rather get a rejection. Why I'm so confident that we're getting a rejection, I will show you here just in a bit from where this rejection is coming from. So one reason is, for once, this VPVR cluster from 69,200 to roughly $70,000. There is big resistance here based on these wicks that we have seen here in the past, telling us that here are huge sell clusters still remaining that are pushing us down. When we came up here to $69,000 to the dollar, also there we got straight a rejection all the way back to 68,400. And now we are putting in another rejection candle. Why? While the stochastic RSI is also coming down here, the MACD potentially rolling over, and the RSI is also showing here signs of making a turn around here to the downside. Again, guys, if you want to trade with us together, these high accurate calls that I give absolutely for free here, then go right now, if you have already a Bybit account, to the World Series of Trader and join the squad. We are 99 people now, and we also go up in the ranks. As you can see here, you have 24 hours left to also become part of the squad. Let's get to 100 PP here, guys. Let's try to get us to 3 digits. That would be amazing. A link is in the description and the pinned comment below to join the squad. And if you don't have a Bybit account yet, then deposit $100 and get a free $500 airdrop position on any of these coins, and then join the squad. And also for that, there's a link in the description and in the pinned comment below. So best case scenario, if you don't have a Bybit account, you go now, sign up there, deposit $100, claim your free $500 airdrop position, then you join the squad. Let's do this, guys. Now, I will show you where my confidence is coming from that we are actually going down. The confidence is coming from bearish divergence that we are currently seeing here on the 2-hourly and also on the 4-hourly chart. So we are currently here on the 4-hourly chart. But I also want to show you something positive. First, we need to talk about the bearish divergence a little bit more, because this has not played out yet. And I believe this will only be concluded when we come all the way down, at least to $66,000 here on the 4-hourly chart. You see here's some support. And we could go as low as $64,500. So I still want to point this out, guys. The bearish divergence will be only invalidated if the RSI can make a new high here. And the Bitcoin price, of course, also at the same time keeps going higher. If this is not happening, then expect that in the best case scenario, we try to break here above and get rejected, and then also the price starts to plump to the downside. So, but positive things is here when I go now to the 12-hourly chart and I zoom out a little bit. You see here this downwards trending channel that we were in since March is finally broken here. So we have now 3 consecutive candles above this downward sloping trend line. So this trend is finally broken. But remember, guys, I still believe that we will come back down here one more time. And then that will be basically the retest with a fake out below, and then when we come above it again, then we get the continuation in direction of $70,000. Now here on the 4-hourly chart of the MDX algo scalp gradient, also here you see price rallied in direction of this big supply cluster, got before we could even touch it, rejected. The gradient is still a little bit overheated, but fine. The more important thing is when we're looking here at the reactor indicator, you see here big two bearish reversals signals popping up, and you should pay attention to that, because every time when you have two of them, shortly afterwards the price is dropping to the downside, and something like this will happen here really soon, again, in my opinion. So you should be prepared for that. Put your stop losses on your trades, also on the Bitcoin trades. I will potentially open a short on Bybit here in a bit, but my position on ZoomX, I gonna let it run. Let it run, guys. So then on the liquidation levels, here also is a lot of confluence that we would break down here into the EMA ribbon, all the way down to $66,000 at least, which will be in alignment with the 50 moving average. Remember, guys, I told you we will most likely bounce off the 50 moving average. This is a moving target, so wherever the 50 moving average will be, that is where we will go to, bounce off from there and continue to go higher. So right now that would be around $65,500, which would be fine, and we would liquidate all the over leveraged long positions that came in late before we then reverse back to the upside and take all the liquidity that is still sitting above us, as we can see here on the liquidation heat map. When I go here to the 6 months, so you see here still above us $70,320. There is a majority of the liquidity still stacked, and also then here at $72,000. But as I mentioned, when we go now a little bit lower, let's go to 2 weeks. So here you see, here is a lot of liquidity to be taken out now on the way down. And I think that the market makers are going for this, because it's the lowest hanging fruit for them. And that's why I wanted to warn you about this. And also, we haven't had a proper leverage flush yet. The open interest is increasing here. Also here, the open interest candles have hit here 90,000 when we went to $69,000, got rejected, but this is not a proper flush, guys. This is not the flush that we are waiting for. There will be a big flush, a flush like this. That's what we are waiting for. And that will reflect also then in the price with a downwards move. On ZoomX, our trade is still here in the money, $4,500 currently. Maybe I will take a little bit profit here, because if we come down to like $64,000, though I have other orders there, I don't want to lose what I have here right now completely and round trip, you know. So I rather take a little bit off the table actually. Let me put a small stop loss here. If we come $500 lower, that's fine. So I don't walk away with a round trip, so I get at least a little bit of money if we come down here. Again, if you want to trade with me on ZoomX, there's also a link in the description below. If you deposit $100 there, don't forget you stand a chance to win twice per week $500. I will give away later, by the end of this video, $500 to one lucky guy, and tomorrow the other $500. So if you miss today, tomorrow is another chance, you know. So make sure that you sign up on ZoomX to get your $500. Now, the USDT Dominance is bouncing a little bit back to the upside, but I'm not really worried about this, because overall we are still putting in this bearish pennant or bear flag, however you want to call that, with a target here of under 5%. That should come into fruition as early as next week, in my opinion. Maximum mid next week is what I'm gonna see. But remember, if Bitcoin now drops to like $65,000, we first gonna get a bounce here to like 5.4 in my opinion. So which is fine, you know. So which is fine. It is expected, and you should also plan accordingly. Now, Ethereum will at that point get a rejection from this big resistance area that we are currently in, even though the EMA ribbon, the yellow string, is working its way up here, which is bullish, because at some point that will lead to a flip back into an uptrend on the EMA ribbon. But now if Bitcoin turns around, I think that price will come down to that yellow string use that as support, and then continuation to the upside. And a flip will then most likely happen in the early first November week, in my opinion. So, but also here, look at the indicators. We're here definitely massively overextended on the daily chart here with the stochastic RSI, the RSI also going sideways, the MACD printing a lighter green candle, which shows slight exhaustion on the bullish side, and that just comes from that big resistance that we are currently fighting with, and not really moving anywhere within that. So if you're looking to open an Ethereum trade here, back in that green box at the yellow string of the EMA ribbon, that might be your chance at $2,500, $2,540. That is most likely the level where you will be able to catch a good entry. Then Solana also currently below resistance. I also have a hard time seeing Solana right now breaking through this. With the indicators looking more or less the same like on Ethereum. Only the MACD is looking here a little bit more bullish. But this, when I see something like this, and overall we are under resistance and RSI going sideways, stochastic, about to print a sell signal, this usually leads to continuation with selling pressure. So I would not put too much faith right now into continuation unless Bitcoin makes a moonshot out of nowhere. So rather expect that we will come back down to this downward sloping trend line here to $150, and only from there get continuation to the upside. And I would also use that as an entry if you did not enter here at that break. If you did enter here, it's not the end of the world, so because remember, your stop loss is all the way down here at $143. So you're fine, so even if we come back to the downward sloping trendline, bounce off from there, so you are short-lived in the red, but then go back into the green. Then one of the other coins that I'm still looking at is Uniswap. Give it another 2 days, in my opinion, to get here a buy signal on the stochastic RSI and get an uptick in the RSI. Until this is going to happen, we could see that Uni drops all the way down to the 50 moving average, close to $7. If this is not happening and we stay within that range here, then just enter in that green box for continuation here to the upside. Then Rune here on a 12-hourly chart looking not that bad, to be honest. So we are holding above the 50 moving average. On a daily chart, we need to have a look here. So best case scenario, a drop to the 200 moving average to $4.85. Remember, I told you guys yesterday, most likely we will come back to $5. This is what we are seeing right now. And now I'm telling you, there is still some room left to go a little bit lower to $4.86, but I believe that will be then the lowest that we get. If you are waiting for a good entry, that might be your chance. If we are breaking above $5.06 and can close a daily candle there, then I would enter from there. Also, most of these altcoins you can trade on BTCC, guys, a new exchange that I'm working with that gives you up to 10% in deposit bonuses. So you deposit $1,000 to get $100 on top of that. You need to qualify for this with at least $500, and you can get up to $10,000 in early deposit bonuses. Also, there is a link in the description and the pinned comment below to sign up there. So one coin that is still going absolutely nuts is Dogecoin. So I was not expecting that we are continuing to ramping here to the upside, but when I see on a daily chart indicators going crazy like this, I know that there's maybe a day or two left, and then there's no gas in the tank anymore. So we could actually go all the way up to like 16 cents in the best case scenario, but then I believe it's going to reverse back down to the 200 moving average, and that's also then again the level that I would use as an entry for continuation in direction of the 20 cent mark. Then Phantom, yes, so Phantom, here we are really close to get our golden cross on the daily chart, which is insanely bullish in my opinion. So here also I wait for more continuation to the downside. The stochastic has definitely more room to go down. The RSI is also on the way down. The MACD about to print a sell signal. So here I'm definitely waiting to pull the trigger. Do I believe that we come down all the way to like 60 cents, which is a 20% move to the downside. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but a 10%, 7 to 10%, something like here, like to 68 cents. Yes, I think 68 cents, 66 cents could be something that might be in the cards. So I will place some limit orders down here to trade this, and then in direction of $1. Another one that I'm looking at is ICP. ICP broke out of this falling wedge pattern here on the 4-hourly chart. Also here, most likely we're getting a retest of the downward sloping resistance that should act now as support at $7.83. From there, I expect an also continuation to the upside while the stochastic bottoms out, turns around and goes up. Because on the higher time frames, I think we are looking a little bit more bullish. Yes, so here on the daily, we printed already a buy signal on stochastic. MACD will do the same today. Only RSI is going sideways, but yeah, here things are looking good for continuation over the next couple of days. So I definitely keep holding my position here. And one other platform that I'm also working with is AlphaX, guys, decentralized, guys. If you want to stay in control of your funds and you don't want to trade on a centralized platform, AlphaX, that is the platform where you want to trade. They offer right now $500 in trial funds. I have to check if this is a giveaway or if they do it to a certain amount of people. I'm gonna check that. So also sign up there if you have not an account yet to stand a chance to win also $500 in funds that you can trade with on AlphaX. There's also a link in the pinned comment and in the description for that. So now let's talk about the winner for today. I need again random number generator. Today the winner for the $500 on ZoomX, 22 to 51, I think. Yeah, 22 to 51. And the winner is number 31. 31 is here. 258-455-968. If that's your ZoomX account number, you just won $500. So send me an email for my team to info@amcrypto.us. You have 24 hours to send me that email after that video is released. If you don't do so, I don't care. If you're in a plane, your ship is sinking, I don't care, you know. So you have 24 hours if that's your account number. If you're not claiming it, we're giving it to somebody else. So yeah, make sure that you send us as fast as you can an email. And don't worry, if you don't hear from us a couple of days, don't worry, ZoomX is still processing it, you know. So, and you have to claim it in the rewards hub. It's not immediately dropped into your ZoomX wallet. You have to go to the reward hub and claim it there. And that's already everything for today's, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more profits tomorrow.